Hey everybody, welcome to Penny for a Tale, Fableforge, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords live Thursday night. Hope you're all ready for what is bound and determined to be an exciting, riveting, and hopefully happy session. No major announcements tonight. Nobody has a whole lot new things going on. The only small thing, which I doubt is applicable, but you know, if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle has changed from my name to @DiceyBard, spelled exactly like it sounds. And also I started a new Twitch channel where I'm just gonna be playing video games, maybe doing some DM prop or talking about D&D stuff on there. So that's twitch.tv/DiceyBard as well. I just tested it the other night, so that's all good to go. All right, so without any further ado, we are going to jump into tonight's session. Friends, last time we were together, you were still on the island of Themis, attempting to find Euron's lost brother. Moxina, the Lady of Coins, had made a deal with you to get her to Themis so she could take care of whatever business she has there, which was piggybacked onto a deal you made with her to get her to foment a slave rebellion among the Minotaur held captive in servitude in Mitros. Along the way, you've seen some wondrous wildlife and strange plants. You were ambushed by a Amazonian war party intent on your capture or murder. Renatus died and came back as something more, or at least something different than Renatus was previously. And you attempted to raid this island fortress temple structure here off the coast of Themis, hearing from the Amazonians that this is most likely where the queen would be, one of them that you interrogated before Moxina unceremoniously slit her throat. Making your way there, you ran into a field of statues of petrified men. You fought off some Amazonians, some marble golems, and right as some basilisks busted out of the doors, you decided to break off, live to fight another day, went back down to the boat, and fled into the coastal waters around Themis. Lycus, being the creative individual he is, polymorphed into a whale to scout for this hidden underwater entrance you heard rumor of. After some difficulty and a very large amount of time, he was able to locate a large, probably 30-foot wide, underwater cavernous entrance, which he popped up into just before his polymorph spell faded. Gasping for air at the surface, he discovered he was in this large cavern, face to face with a 30-foot tall Hydra. And that's where we ended. So that's where we're going to pick up. The rest of the party, besides Lycus, I told you since you were waiting for a full hour, you could all go ahead and take a short rest if you desire to do so. Why you wouldn't, I don't know. As you've been sitting off the coast of this rocky island, probably 400 or 500 feet out to be safe, periodically a Stimfay will fly over just to kind of see if you're still there, but otherwise you've been unmolested. Lycus, we're going to cut in straight to you, because you have the more interesting situation right now. In this dark cavern, about 30 feet long by 20 feet wide, kind of oval shaped, the dome of it is about 30 to 40 feet, and it's kind of naturally formed. Here at the edge of the cavern, in this pool of water, where the undersea meets the air bubble within, you are silently grasping onto the wall, face to face with this enormous reptilian monster. The ground is kind of slick in front of you and humid from the moisture here in the cavern. The Hydra didn't notice you at first. You've only been in here for a few moments. It seemed to search around for you a bit, maybe having heard you break the surface or something, but then it went back to snapping at its own heads and rumbling around. It doesn't seem too interested in moving or doing anything of the sort. However, as I said before, it seems a little awkward. It seems very well fed. So something is feeding it somehow. Also of note in this cavern, you see an array of holes across the wall opposite to you. Probably about 4-ish feet up off of the cavern floor. They're about 2.5 feet wide, and they're perfectly cylindrical, as though they were bored intentionally, standing in stark contrast to the rest of this otherwise naturally formed cavern. Through these holes across the wall, and they kind of arc to the right around the near wall a little bit, you see dim light flickering as though torchlight opposite of coming from the other end of these bored holes. The small tunnels that they make don't seem very long, maybe 5 to 10 feet. Within, on the other side, where this flame is appearing, you see a wall, and it is crafted in marble. It is well decorated in ornate glyphs and gold and blues and greens. So there's some room or something, or a hallway or something on the other side of these holes. Taking a moment of respite and knowing that you're not in immediate danger, you glance around to see what other options you have before you, and the light coming into the room is being cast against the near side wall around you, but it is also glinting off of the surface of the water, but something on the floor as well. And you see about 10 feet from the edge of the water, there is a 4 to 5 foot wide circle made of gold. It's maybe 2 inches thick, kind of like a disc, setting largely in the center of this cavern. And the light glinting off of it catches your eye.
I'm sorry.
You're good. So, as Lycus communicates magically, taking an important call, he knows what he has going on. The rest of you have been sitting and waiting for Lycus for an hour now. What are you all gonna do?
We can't just sit in the water. We need to head to land. And I don't think that way is safe just yet.
I guess the question is either, did he die, or did he find the cavern and can't come out? Just because I'm hoping he's not dead. He seems too stubborn to die.
It's not a new day, right?
It is not a new day, no.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if there's one of us who wants to go in and look after him, I don't know if there's any way for us really to tell if he's found anything or if he's just.
At the moment, I don't have anything to help us search. Maybe in a new day, I will be able to help in such endeavors. I don't suppose any of you have anything to help.
I have
maybe water breathing.
I have a pointed stick. There was a potion of water breathing, but we used it before.
Indeed.
I've got my hooves. That's all I need for help.
I mean, back on the boat, we still have my cursed fucking spear, but I'm not touching that thing. But yeah, I think probably our best option is just getting back to shore, trying to set up like a small camp, kind of like hidden in some bushes or something. That way we're at least a little hidden.
Is there anything that we can leave out for him in case he comes back to this general area? Something to help him, lead him back to wherever we are? I don't know if he has the capability nor the strength to do the same thing reversed.
This is the ocean, right? The sea? This is just an alcove? Or is this like a bay?
It's more like a bay. And remember this, surrounding you there are all sorts of small, tiny rocky islands breaking the water surface, kind of like I don't really know how to describe it, to be completely honest with you. There's just hundreds of these small rocky islands all around. This is just the largest one that's standing mostly in the center.
So without going all the way back to the mainland, we can stop.
Right. You could stop as in you could go on one of these little islands, or?
Yes.
Yeah, you could probably pull up on one. I don't know how you'd tie off the boat. but you could go up onto one of these little islands, sure.
Well, if it's just a small boat, we should be able to just pull it up on land.
It's possible. These things are...
Loud puppy.
Puppy
And
toes.
child.
Puppy toes, puppy toes.
Yeah. Hardwood floors. Dogs that walk on their nails, not good. So yeah, you could get on one of these small islands and pull the boat up. The only thing that you would know is... I'm sorry, one thing you would know that you may want to consider is that the Amazonians know where you are now, and these islands don't offer much in the way of cover or concealment, if that is anything at all you're concerned about.
What time of day is it right now? I know it's evening. It was evening when we left the island, like getting away. So
And it's
we
been less
waited-
than an hour. So
Yeah,
Well,
no,
it's
it's
been an hour,
late
so-
evening. The sun... We'll say the sun is just starting to break down past the horizon.
Is there a tide?
Yeah, there's a tide.
Okay.
Moves
Well,
through.
I
You
wanted
can see
to
from previous
ask that.
tide lines, there's 3 to 4 feet or so of movement.
I didn't. What I need to know, like, I know it was a bay, but I didn't know if it was like pushing constantly, like a, like a lake. I could push something in the middle and it would stay there, or at least close.
Oh no, it would be getting drifted around
Okay.
out to sea, in towards land, whatever. And you're about rowing, normal rowing speed. You're about an hour away from this, an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the tide and the current, away from shore.
Either
in the mid-
shore, because we're kind of in the middle.
Yeah, on any shore, you're smack dab in the middle. It's like a mostly semicircular shaped bay.
All right. Yeah. Yes, getting the land post haste is the best course of action. There's only 2 of us that can encounter anything by air. It's not good.
I guess don't really have much in the way of other options.
I am of no use, and we can't just sit out here in the middle.
Right? Pick an island.
Mainland.
Okay.
All right, so Pholon and Euron start rowing back towards the nearest shore. It looks like maybe the northern or southern areas of this bay are closer than the western one, a little bit. I'm gonna go north or south.
North.
Yeah, we're gonna go north.
Okay, so you start rowing back towards the north. Now, is there anything else that needs to be addressed at this moment, or can we cut back to the Lycus?
Good to go.
Cut back to the Lycus.
All right, 1 second to fix something here.
Roll to seduce. I have faith.
Okay, so
You are muted,
I
Josh.
said I played some Kenny G on the pipes. No, that ain't Kenny G. Who is that? I don't know who it is.
the glinting of the light. I'm assuming you heard everything I said before. The glinting
Yeah,
of
there
the
was a
light
golden
off of
disc in the
this
very
metal
middle.
disc, correct. The reason that caught your attention and it didn't before is because you know you're staring at something, you don't realize you're staring at it, then it kind of disappears and it comes back and you're like, whoa.
Especially something that's got a lot of these. You
Yeah,
know?
right? The light kind of disappeared for a moment and then came back as it flashed. And that's because somebody was walking by the first hole across the room in front of you. And as you hear very quiet footsteps, the Hydra starts to react, and you see it shift its weight over, and one snake slithers over to the first hole, and the second head slithers over to the next hole, and they start to line up, glaring and looking in. But then you hear, in the softest voice, "By the grace of Lutheria," and the Hydra heads recoil back and go back to snapping and preoccupying itself. hole after hole, this entity walks past, and then it kind of crouches a bit as it seems to be taking an abnormally large step in the middle of this room before continuing on. And when it does that, you recognize Moxina, not in the guise of Kira, but in the guise of another Amazonian warrior, wearing the same type of armor but with a non-Medusa face, as she, for lack of a better term, slithers across this room in front of you and disappears out of sight.
She's on the other side of the holes.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. How far from, because these holes don't look like I'd squeeze my ass through them, I'm sure. I have way too much stuff and I got a fat ass.
Putting your pack and everything on, if you wanted to, you could probably get in and drag your bag behind you or push it ahead of you. But
oh really? Yeah. Okay.
It'd be a tight squeeze, but you could probably do it.
Probably could do it. Okay. What's the distance from me to? You said there was like a stairwell exit or something. I think last time, or no?
If I said that, I may have been mistaken. Let me double check though.
I'm just trying to remember if there's any other in or out.
Okay, no. The only obvious way in and out is either cramming your hairy butt through one of those holes. There's 10 of these holes. Most of them are on the wall across from you.
Yeah.
And then the other ones proceed around to the right a little bit. But the only obvious way in and out besides those is the water.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh god. So the Hydra's at the holes.
It was as this creature walked, and then you heard what you heard, and then it kind of recoiled itself back and went back to preoccupying itself.
Okay. I'm gonna try and go for the hole.
Okay. Are you gonna rush? Are you gonna go stealthily? What are you gonna do?
God,
I don't know.
No.
I have no idea.
I'm going to try and not cry myself. So
this entire thing feels like a "that's what she said."
Yeah.
I just say it once, so I don't have to say it every single sentence.
That's fair.
I'm going to stay in the water and just like, you ever walked on like your tips of just, like you just slowly let the water move. I'm gonna as silently and slowly as humanly possible, get as close to that side of the wall in the water as I can.
Okay.
And it's gonna take me a long time, but I will crawl out of this thing ever so slightly in an attempt to be super stealthy, obviously. Yeah, and I'm gonna just watch the creature because I don't want to set him off at all.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
What if I'm going super, super slow?
There's no mechanic for that. You need to give something else to give you an advantage.
It's called the DM's awesome.
It's also called a lucky feat.
Not if you used it.
What'd you roll?
Technically,
Mm-hmm.
5.
Technically? Okay.
Well, it was a 1.
Okay.
It was a 1.
Let me give it a perception check. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah. I think you got it.
You know what?
Hold on. Did I? I did use my luckies, because remember I was like I used my luckies on all the breathing rolls. Yeah.
You did.
And they were all shared.
Okay.
That's fine.
This creature has a flat 0 modifier to wisdom, and is not proficient in. Oh no, it is. It has a +6.
It hurt me. Let's be real. It's passive, just hurt.
It has a +6.
It's okay. No, we got this. We got this.
I'm just letting you know. So I was gonna have you roll, but then I realized it's a +6. So and you only rolled a 5. Yeah. So
it probably was like, what the fuck was that?
So I would say, as you're clambering up out of the water onto the slick stone surface, trying to be super quiet, you don't pay as much attention as you should to where your first hand should go, and it slips, and you hear a swish, and at that, the Hydra, all these heads facing your direction. You have like a moment to react and figure out where you're going to go, And if you're still in a threat range, we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay. So, Dancing Lights has a special feature
Okay.
where you can join all of the lights together into a glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm just guessing positions here. Let's say we're on the left. Let's just do left because. So I'm on the left side, all the way left, about to climb up. The holes in the wall are along the left wall, you know, right? Or
I'll tell me what your intent is, and I'll help you out.
I want to put the light form on the opposite side because I'm assuming that's where the Hydra is like further away from the holes because it recoiled away and went away from them. Okay. So I want to, it snapped to me and then boom, out of the darkness is its glowing form, which is obvious. And it maybe, hopefully, it splits its like, which way do we go?
Okay.
Because some of them are going to look at me. There's like 9 heads on this damn thing.
Okay.
Hope to God. Half the heads, you know, and I have like a round or two in my 6 seconds that this motherfucker doesn't know who to go for, and I can squeeze my happy ass somewhere in a hole.
Sure.
Maybe the wrong hole, but I'm putting my ass in that hole.
All right. So
that's my thought. That's my hope, because I can't swim out of here. It's too deep.
This is going to depend on 2 things. Number 1 is an intelligence check by the Hydra. Number 2 is going to be an initiative roll to see who reacts in what order. Okay, so give me an initiative roll, which is just do your dex plus proficiency, unless you have something giving you better.
Let's see. Remind me later. We gotta find out why my AC keeps dropping to 13. It shouldn't be.
Okay. Is that D&D Beyond Foundry or both? It's okay.
Initiative roll of 6 or 7. Sorry, total 7.
It rolled a 5.
Oh.
I just revealed it. Okay.
Oh.
So that doesn't mean you're completely out of the woods.
No, that's okay.
So
that's okay.
you can act and move like a normal round here. So you're gonna cast Dancing Lights, make into a humanoid form, and then you're gonna move your full movement to try to get through this hole, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you do that. Several of its head instantly snap out at this thing, cashing through it. Some of them do track you, as you suspected. Okay, you have enough movement to climb up, get to the hole, which is going to be 10 feet, through the hole, which is going to be another. That's going to be all of your normal movement. You will hop out on the other side because it's 10 feet long. It's double movement because you're squeezing.
Okay.
So you hop through on the other side.
Oh, fuck yeah, we got this.
And on its turn, assuming you have nothing else from there.
No, I feel great now.
Okay, assuming you have nothing else from there, on its turn, it moves over, and one of these heads comes through and snaps through the hole at you. So I need to know
through the hole. Through the hole.
Through the hole.
Through the hole.
Through the hole.
The power of the Theriac compels you.
Let me make sure I do this right for you.
What is it that bitch said? What did she say? What did she say?
I already said it.
Yeah, I say that.
Let me make sure I do this right for you. I want to screw you up here. Okay, so you're gonna get 2 attacks because one hit comes in, snaps, retreats. The other one comes in and snaps. All right, so the first attack is a 13 to hit. So you dodge out of the way as it comes in and snaps at you. Second attack is a 27 to hit.
Yeah, just mage.
For 8 piercing damage.
I shoot that bitch in the face with a pan flute.
I mean, if you had that as a reaction, sure. So it comes through, snaps, and grabs onto your forearm and tries to pull you in a little bit. But your skin tears free, some fur going with it as it recoils back in, and you hear it hissing on the other side. Now, let me tell you where you're at now, so you can figure out what you want to do. I'm trying to avoid putting you guys on a map yet, because you're the only one there. So you hop out. There is a hallway that extends to the left. And then there's a hallway directly in front of you that goes to a stairwell that goes down. When you were watching Moxina go across these holes, she was going from left and then down this way to the right. So, as best you can tell, she went towards a stairway. Where she came from, where she was going, you don't know.
The stairway's heading down.
Stairway directly in front of you going down, and then to your left, there's the hallway about 20-30 feet, several holes along the wall. It goes into a T left and right. And you know that the hallway going left has more holes along it. Hallway going to the right, you don't know.
Go down the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say a prayer to Kira. Get my honey, please.
All right. At the landing of the stairs, there's maybe 10 feet or so before you come to another T, left and right. You go up to the T, look left, 15, 20 feet down, there's a door. Going to the right, the hallway turns towards the left again, like 30 feet down. So there's a door to your left and the hallway that turns to your right.
I'm gonna check the door.
Okay. You creep up, knowing that you're in dangerous territory. You kind of listen for a second. You don't hear much of anything. You slowly pop open the door, and we're going to cut back to everybody else. So, now about this time, you guys have you were pretty close to one of these rocky outcroppings. So you guys are here. What are you guys going to be doing here besides, from what I think, taking a long rest?
So are we back at the mainland, or are we just at some random
I'm sorry. Yeah,
coverless...
I'm sorry. You were going back to the mainland. So this would be like an hour later. So I'm gonna have a hard time unless the problem is if I stay with Lycus, we have an hour of Lycus to cover here, unless something happens to him. So, you guys do anything while you're rowing? Talking about anything? No.
I don't have anything.
I'm just asking.
I have.
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
Contemplating our next move. How I'm gonna find how it's on me now to find Lycus, basically.
Damon, I do have one question, since we have a moment to breathe.
Okay.
You said before that you had a goal to reach before you gave Renatus back his body.
Yes.
What goal are you trying to reach?
To right the past wrongs.
There are a lot.
First dragon, of the first dragon lords.
That's a long list. Any idea where to start?
The Titans.
I have a question then, hypothetically.
Go on.
Hypothetically, if there was a ghost of one of the past Dragon Lords, one of the ones who was a bastard, would your goal involve telling him to fuck off in some variant with words or a fireball?
So I'm gonna like cast a look at her, like kind of like not watch what you say, but just like no.
No?
I'll leave it at that.
Alright, I'll save that. Actually, you have Renatus' knowledge. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes. I'm also wondering, while we're speaking, did you take an oath to kill Moxina?
No, not an oath. We played the game, the royal game. Syaanis did. If we lost, we had to stick to it. And we lost. It's as good as an oath.
Okay. That was my only question.
There's no time limit.
Scanning the horizon.
No time limit. It's the only thing in our bloody favor. That's it.
All right. Making sure. Full on dashing the hair. All
you
right.
look lovely, darling.
Lycus. Creeping him in this brightly lit room, immediately to your right as you crack the door open, you see a luxurious looking kind of chaise lounge type chair. And then you crack the door some more and you see another one, but this one has a scantily clad young man in it. Can't be more than a few years out of his teenage years. Very, very young. He seems to be reclining, just eating some grapes, kind of hanging around. He doesn't seem to notice you, so you caution a peek in, and you see the same all around in 6 of these chaise chairs to the left and to the right. 4 men in similar attire, acting in similar fashion. They haven't noticed you, but here they are. I think you're muted.
It's like a pleasure room, or they're just like relaxing. Like this is like the male version of a brothels, or the male brothel, almost.
Give me an insight check.
Because now, I mean, at first you had my curiosity, but now you have my interest.
You know what? Insight and perception.
Insight and perception.
Sure.
Okay, so
Not your attention, your interest.
I mean, at first I was just curious. Now I'm interested. You know.
Please.
The first one means his brain. The second one is not.
Oh, that was almost a 20. I got a 9 on the insight, and then perception is 12.
Okay. This room doesn't appear to be used as somewhere that people come in to engage in carnal activities. In fact, in one of the corners, just barely visible above the edge of one of these lounges, you see a rather ornate but otherwise hidden small chamber pot.
So I got a bunch of naked guys on chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Are they
Fancy lounge
bound,
type chairs.
Or are they just relaxing?
They don't appear to be.
And I don't see any gear, any.
They're barely wearing what you would consider
No,
underwear.
around the room. Like there's just nothing.
There's fancy chairs. There's a couple of rugs that are really ornate, really lush.
Okay.
A couple of empty normal chairs that have a lot of cushion, but that's it.
Are they having conversations?
No.
They're just
minding
sitting
their
there.
business.
Are they just like zombied out? Like
No, they're lounging, eating grapes, just kind of loving life.
Yeah, I'm gonna close that door.
Okay.
I ain't about that life.
With a silent, subtle creak, the door closes back in place.
Lycus is better than that, you know.
Okay. So from this hallway, you can continue going, the opposite direction around the corner, or you can go back up the stairs.
No, we're going around the corner.
Okay. Give me a perception and stealth check, please. You haven't done that in a while.
Perception is a 9 again, and stealth is a 20.
Okay. So you creep down this 40, 50-foot hallway, turn left, and then you're face to face with another door. There's light coming from beneath it, and these are all really heavy wooden doors.
Yeah, solid oak kind of.
Bronze hinges, but they're well maintained. They aren't creaking or anything. You open this door and listen quietly, making sure there aren't any inhabitants here, which you quickly surmise that either they're completely silent or they're not. So you peek a gander around, and you see a very finely appointed room, much larger. It's about 25 by 25. Large room. There's several bunk beds along the side walls. And then in the middle, there's a table with about 8 chairs, and this table is finely crafted like mahogany with flowing lines and inlaid silver and things of that nature, almost ceremonious in appearance. Lining the walls on small bronze hooks, you see dozens and dozens and dozens of medallions, each one displayed prominently in its own little space. And there's a strange emblem on the majority of them, and then most of the way across the room, the emblem changes. And the emblem that it changes to is the very familiar curved antlers of Lutheria. Prior to that, it was a shield or a ring or something. It's hard to tell because you're keeping your distance, but that much is apparent from where you're at right now. And also within, also within, across the room is another door, and then to the left inside this room is another door, 2 more doors.
So inside this room to the left is another door.
There's 2 more doors in this room besides the one you're at.
God bless, this is a huge room.
Yep.
But this is my only other option down this hallway, right?
Correct.
All right. You said there's bunk beds. Is there evidence of there being utilized, such as gear, leftover chests, trunks, anything like that, or they're just empty and made at the moment?
Empty and made.
Okay.
Immaculate looking.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just to kind of help me look around this room. If there's anything pops out, any of those medallions or anything, because I don't know if any of them are warded or anything like that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to head to the closest door.
Okay. So stepping in the room, casting Detect Magic, you glance around quickly. Nothing is emanating within this room. However, now that you have this angle better from behind the wall, or from behind the bunk bed, you see in the center of the room, off to the right, a large banner in what appears to be carved out of marble, but it is fashioned to look like parchment scroll work. And in some ancient type code, there's this, not code, but script, there's this undeterminable writing, but beneath it, it's either a translation or an addendum written in common. It says, "A sisterhood of equals, our strength forged in battle, death before betrayal."
It's a stupid creed, and I continue on.
Okay. So, if you're in the center of the room, you can either go left or you can go west or south. Equidistant doors.
Same size doors or double door?
Yep.
Ornate? Same size?
Nope.
Where did I come from? North or east?
You came from the east.
Okay, come from the east. I'm gonna cross direct here. I'm gonna go south.
Okay. Using
And I check the door always.
Using your, I'm assuming you are using your previous perception roll. You come up to this door and you quickly hear something different. There are the profound sounds of people engaging in carnal desires within.
I cast Shatter. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, nah. Not gonna go to that one. I contemplate channeling my inner Renatus and fireball in them. No, I'm gonna just go to the not that one, and I'm gonna.
Okay. You hear nothing at this door. You step in. You see a very short hallway that turns to the left.
Oh my god.
You're in the middle of an underground complex, man. What do you want me to tell you?
I know.
Or another.
How big are those medallions when I look around?
Get you.
How big are they?
Yeah. How big were they?
They're almost platter sized. They're very large.
Okay, that's what I was just wondering. Okay, yeah, now I'm gonna keep going then.
Okay. So you go down the hallway, come up to this other door. It turns left like 5 feet, turn left 5 feet, another door. And you hear very similar activity within. However, this isn't. All right, so your perception roll also would tell you that in the first room where people were engaging in sexual activity, there was probably a good 5 or 6 people. This one, you only hear 2, one male, one female. And there's also the sound of energetic, almost festive music coming from within.
Let me ask you a question. And I know this is going to sound gross, but I've slept with Maxina enough, jokingly, and all that RP. Would I notice if she's like, cause she's a badass, you know? So it's like, is that Maxina? Do I hear her talking? No, I don't believe that's her. All right, we'll go to the next one. You know, as silly as it sounds, it's like,
you're good.
Maybe she's talking.
It makes sense.
I'm trying to find her, but I'm also trying to not get caught.
Sure. You hear the female voice within has a somewhat similar tenor and accent.
To Maxina.
Yes.
And this is the only area to go after this. There's no other further dooring or hallway.
You can go back up the stairs or through one of the doors you found.
So I know she came this way. I don't think she was in the first one full of people. She's down here getting her groove on. Man, that's an odd thing to be doing when we're supposed to be doing that. We have a mission. I kind of peeking in there.
Okay. You see that these living quarters have been furnished by someone with an eye for beauty, luxury. You see a woman and a young man making love on the room's only bed. This bed is large, a good 10 feet wide. Otherwise, completely naked, this woman is wearing an ornate platinum helmet with very little room for face and eyes coming within. It rises above, and then you see 3 ridges, almost made to look like feathers, except crafted out of metal. In the corner near you, you see where the sound is coming from as a horned, woman-like figure, which you know is a Maenad, serenades the couple with a pan flute. Although, now that you've opened this door, the music is also kind of slightly overpowering the sound of a crying infant coming from a cradle in the opposite corner of the room.
What the fuck? So there's a Maenad, there's a guy and a gal, or there are at least 2 people getting it on, and there is a baby somewhere in the room.
Seems to be. Sounds coming from a cradle across the room.
I want to murder this whole room, but I can't. I just want to murder everything in the room except for the baby. What the fuck?
What if it's a baby goatling?
I don't know. Don't make presumptions. We'll see that when we get there. I fight myself, and I shut the door ever so slowly because I just want to destroy everything in this room.
You got it.
What the fuck is a Maenad? All right, I'm out of here. I'm fucking, I don't know what's going on. I'm just so lost. I gotta get out of here. This is clearly not where I need to be. All right, I try to work my way back up without catching anyone's attention. If there's a broom nearby or something. Oh, wait, I've got my pack. So I want to put my weight back on. Because I gotta remember, I gotta do something, because they can't see me as a guy walking around this place. So, as I'm walking, I throw that shit back on, you know, and I start stuffing shit again, because I forgot that if they find a guy, like, it's gonna be really bad. So, if they find a male, whatever. So I gotta get this going. So, and I'm like, oh my god, oh fuck.
Okay. So you quietly scamper back through the rooms. Go ahead, Shaybs.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Took me a second too. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. Oh.
All right, so you make your way back up the stairs, and you're now at the hallway lined with those holes, and you know or suspect that there is a Hydra on the other side.
Oh. No, we're just gonna go up. We're gonna go up the other side now. We're not going down the stairway. No. And I'm not going to the...
This was the only stairway.
Yeah, but you said there was a hallway now, right? I could either go down the stairs or I go to the hallway.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. The hallway that you go back up the stairs to the next level where the Hydra was. And here, there is a hallway extending off to your right that comes to a T at the end. This hallway is lined with those holes.
That's fine. Fuck it.
Okay.
I say the words and then I walk down the hallway.
I want to know from Josh, what are the words? No cheating in chat, players.
Katu.
I was waiting for it.
Isn't it Barada?
Baratu.
Platu,
Patu,
Barada,
Verata,
Nikto?
Baratu and Nikto.
Okay.
I think it's Nikto or Neptu.
Nikto.
Yeah.
Something like that. All
My
right.
dad made me watch that movie, I remember.
I was hoping you were going to go there with it. Okay. Let me give another perception check using your new stealth roll for the Hydra. Because those were not the words.
Well, what were they, Mr. Smarty Pants?
By the grace of Lutheria.
That's what I said.
It's not.
I clearly said that.
It's very much not. However,
oh, thanks, Euron. I really appreciate that.
Originally,
Sure.
at least, as you begin to walk down, confident you said these words correctly, you don't get attacked. You don't hear any movement from the Hydra as you walk down this hallway that comes to a T. Now, the T goes left and right. Both ends, as both of these hallways at the end of them go north. Which way are you going?
They both just go that way and then, yeah.
Yep.
Which side of the holes had the Hydra? Left or right?
Left.
I go right.
Okay.
That bitch already bit me in the ass once. I almost said twice, but it's once. Twice.
So let me double check here. All right, so you go to the right, away from the holes. You go down 30 feet or so, turn left, 10-foot landing, another set of stairs going down.
10-foot landing.
Mm-hmm. I also should have mentioned, actually, as you came to that T, there was a door right in front of you. I screwed that up.
I checked the door. Let's reverse that. Because
Sure.
I can't pass a door up.
That's fine. It's open. Oh,
Yeah.
it's unlocked.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. You don't hear anything. There's a small... Let me double check something. Make sure I'm in the right place here, because we're going all over the place now, which is fine. Okay. There's a small little 5-foot area, almost like a gateway. I forget what you call that, where there's a door, some little hallway, and another door. But that's basically what it is. You open a door, and then there's a few feet, and then there's another door right in front of you. And within,
Sounds like a foyer?
something like that. And then on the other side of this, you hear. You know, give me another perception roll. You hear voices. See how much. See exactly what you hear.
Oh god. Perception roll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. It's a 10.
You hear several female voices on the other side of this door.
Fuck! Not that door. Going back to the north or to the other side.
Okay, so if you go down to the right side of this hallway, there's stairs leading down.
Let's go down.
All right. You go down much further, almost 3 times as far, this stairwell, than you did the first one you went down. At the landing below, there's a hallway going forward, and I forgot to mention this, it's just a fun fact. You see in each one of these hallways, in each one of these rooms, there's a single golden brazier held by golden chains.
I was actually going to ask for some lighting.
Approximately the center. Yeah, all these areas are brightly lit. The flame within, though, is peculiar. It seems almost arcane. But
Well, is it glowing? I have detect magic.
it is. It is.
Okay.
So
Renatus would like that.
always 20, 30 feet long, goes to the right.
Let's go down the right.
There's a door. And within, you hear the sounds of metal on metal. You can almost feel heat coming through the door. And rather than the slight yellowish light everywhere else, coming from beneath this door is flame, like orangish flame color. Like real flame, not this arcane light.
Yeah, I open that bitch right up. I mean, I don't slam it open, but yeah. What's up in here? That's interesting.
Immediately to the left, you see a small basin of water, and flowing into this small basin of water that's raised up off the ground, just above it, there is a hole in the wall, almost like a pipe that's dumping water into it. This pipe is about 2 feet wide. Glancing around real quick, you see a much taller, much burlier, multi-fingered Janken Cyclops working hot metal over a huge anvil with a massive blast furnace nearby.
I fucking hate this place. I hate this place so much. So much. Is he chained? Is he like a slave-looking blacksmith, or...
He is not chained.
Oh my god, is he old and half blind?
No, he is older than the only Janken you have met so far. He's also much taller and in much better shape. Much taller, much wider.
So he doesn't look like he's in shackles or anything of the sort. Okay. Because
No, but
stuck,
but that being said, given how big he is, there's no way he can fit through the door you came in, and the only other opening in any wall you can see is that pipe, which
what
is
was the
about 2
friend of
feet
our other
wide.
Cyclops? What was the friend of that old Cyclops I freed?
The friend of the old Cyclops?
What was the name of that old Cyclops that we found in the last place on Fire Island?
I don't know. It was something like Polyphemus.
Yeah, it was something.
That was his name. Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
are,
right. That's what I wanted to make sure. Okay.
but we also are. We do have a giant.
Hey.
My meta shit. Sorry. This
Yeah,
is
I
gonna
know.
kill me.
I know. I'm looking for Daddy-O. I was trying to remember the guy's name that we had worked with originally. So, God, it's a male. I gotta at least take a chance. I can't get caught, and I don't want to go anywhere else. Oh, thank you. You put it in chat.
Mhm.
What is his name? It's something to remind with Taros. Okay. I'm gonna close the door, and I'm gonna like, hi.
Everything stops. And his shoulders relax a bit. And he turns to look over you. This one's about a good 18 feet tall. Taking up like a quarter of this room.
Am I like I entered the door down here, or is it like where are we at?
No, you're like by his knee.
I am on ground floor.
Yeah. So he turns and looks over his shoulder, and that eye narrows and focuses on you. And then he turns his heavy body around. You hear the ground, you feel the ground almost shake as he shifts his weight. And this huge tree trunk thick maul he was using to beat this armor into shape swings around, narrowly missing you. What are you doing here? And about this time, you guys would make it to the mainland. So, you row up on shore. There's a couple of trees nearby. There's some antelope that are kind of scurrying away from you. There's a few peculiar looking birds, multicolored, long plumes of feather just flowing off of each of their wings and their tail as they kind of arc through the sky in a strange flight pattern. It is dark. The moon is now risen. The sun is now set. What are y'all doing?
Is there any close by looking camp areas that I would perceive as a safe camp area?
Immediately obvious, no. If y'all want to try and scout out a little bit to try and find one, someone give me a survival check. It's relatively flat plains around you. They kind of rise up towards the center of the island.
So there's also no like bushes or anything.
Well, there's bushes, but they're like knee high. I mean, if you can do something with that. This is kind of savanna plainsy with the sporadic tree. Every now and then there's large outcroppings of rocks and things, but there's nothing in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
So, and with that survival check, again, there's nothing immediately. You'd have to travel a bit of a way to find something rather than being directly on the shore. You feel like if you put some effort into it, walked 20-30 minutes in a given direction, you might be able to find something, because these rocky outcroppings or little depressions, things like that, they have been popping up with relative frequency as you've traveled across the island through this central plains type area.
All right. Is there enough bushes where we can hide the boat?
Probably not. I mean, you'd have to break up a lot of them and then try. It'd be a hack job at best, unless you want to spend hours doing it.
Tell you what, I'm going to start. I want to cast floating disc underneath the boat.
Okay.
So whenever we start walking, it will follow me out of the water, and it'll be on the disc.
That's really creative. Remind me, is there a weight limit for the disc?
I
don't think there is, but just double check for me.
Nope, there's no weight limit.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's a weight limit for the disc.
Yeah, I don't think there is either. Okay. It'd be precarious because of
500 pounds.
Is it 500?
Where do you see that? I'm sorry.
See it as the disc remains remains for the duration and can hold up to 500 pounds if more weight is placed it ends and falls to the ground.
No, that's fine. The boat is made of really light, relatively hollow type wood, so it can support 500 pounds. So that's fine. The disc gets underneath, it rises up, and now you have a hoverboat following you around the plains on the island of Themis.
Sweet.
Sure. Just keep track of spells and time and all that, because I know it's not a cantrip. So.
Yeah, no, it's a first level spell. If it's 20 feet away, if I'm more than 20 feet away, it moves 20 feet away from me. So as long as I keep, it'll just follow me. It can't cross elevation change of 10 feet or more.
Okay.
And if I move more than 100 feet from the disc, the spell ends.
Okay, you're good. I'm just curious about the duration.
1 hour.
Okay, yeah, that should be plenty enough time.
Yeah.
Cool, smart. All right, so you have a hoverboat following you, a hover rowboat
Sweet.
following you.
Yeah, so let's start searching for a place to rest so we can tackle this problem that we have with our friend.
Okay, so I'll say for this, travels southwest about 30 minutes or so to what appears to be a more thick copse of trees in the distance, and you see that this is about 30-40 feet wide, some of the more closely grown here, which is pretty rare, and then there's a large rock jutting up from the middle that all these seeds seem to have collected against, which caused this concentration. And you feel like you're as good hidden as you will be within walking distance of any reasonable time here.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to be our camp spot. I walk 20 feet away to get the boat in the center to where we can actually be next to it.
Okay.
Like lead it to where it's not just 20 feet out in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
And then I'll take first watch.
I'll take last.
I'll go second.
Okay.
Chairman.
All right, so you start unpacking your gear, setting out your bedrolls, talking about who's going to set up watch and all that. I need a d20 for an encounter roll. And I'll let you guys, if anything happens, and then you guys can take a little bit of the time amongst yourselves, because this has been a Lycus heavy session so far. If there's anything you want to talk about or whatever, you guys can talk with that and do this stuff.
That's a 10.
Okay. I will tell you right now that aside from unusual sights and sounds, things moving across this peculiar island, and then off in the distance every now and then you see torchlight as these roving warbands of Amazonians are either engaging in night raids or maybe just moving across the surface, nothing else disturbs or catches your attention this evening. So you have a full long rest. You guys can talk about and do whatever you need to do.
Well, we do have a long day ahead of us tomorrow. Rest up well. I can help us search for Lycus, but it is not a perfect science.
What do you got in mind?
I can look and try to sense for the crown that he always wears. But it'll just give me a general direction.
I mean, better than nothing.
Anything at this point would help. Did anyone say whose temple that was to? The temple here? I mean, like, I know now, I assume it's Lutheria now, but did anyone say whose it was before?
Not that I know of.
I don't. Would I know if there was a previous owner of that temple?
Your knowledge of Damon's knowledge of the Amazonians was valid all the way up through the First War. The Amazonians then were a more traditional tribe. They had men and women. They worked in conjunction with and were often found in the company of the other tribes of the islands here in the Cerulean Gulf. During the First War, they were largely obliterated by the native armies and the combined might of Sidon, especially with them. You heard rumor after the First War, since you were more focused on other pursuits, but you did hear rumor that the Amazonians had kind of reclused themselves to the island of Themis. They blamed much of their failings in the war and the destruction on the men. They considered them weak and arrogant and boastful and intrepid, and then they started to adopt this more modern policy of how they view and interact with men and secluding themselves from the world and living here on Themis. Relatively, all of you would know that relatively recently, in the past 15 years or so, the Amazons have started to come out a little bit and participate in the great games and things like that, but even then is the exception. Sorry, I was correcting something. And also, this older Amazonian tribe, up through the First War, the last knowledge that you had of them, before, they worshipped many of the old gods that many of these settler races, these impromptu settler races, brought with them. After the First War, they started to worship Mitros as they made this transition to a woman-led, woman-heavy society here on Themis. But that's it.
I do not know. Do you think one of the gods might? Don't you have a calling stone? Or does that only go to the ForgeMaster?
One-way call to Vulcan.
I don't have any other ideas.
I have a pertinent question. How are we getting you three on there? I can probably bluff my way in if I have some Amazon armor, but... And I know Lycus had a wig and was attempting to pass himself off. Are you planning to hide and sneak in? See how well you can fake being a woman?
I don't know how good I am about hiding. I also don't know. I mean, I've got quite a mane here, but I don't know how well I'm going to be able to pass off as a lady. Obviously, due to my literal mannerisms, and he's pointing to like his muscles and pecs.
Well, those could possibly pass, and I point in the general direction of his pecs. I could claim I captured you if we're desperate.
I was gonna say, like, how big is that armor?
We are not doing a satyr and a Medusa in a trench coat.
I mean, I was just suggesting, like, how big is it? Because, I mean, Lycus isn't here. We're not doing that shit again.
Well, I have another idea. So, depending on how strong you are, and I point, like, it's a pointed glance at our friendly neighborhood centaur. If you carry myself and Syaanis, I can make you invisible, and then everything that you are carrying and wearing also becomes invisible, and it would only be Euron that would be seen.
Technical question for that is mounting. Like, if I am mounted, is that considered me carrying something, or is having?
I'll let it ride for fun, but you can only put one person on your back.
Well, we can stuff Syaanis in a bag.
It's fine. It wouldn't be the first time I'd been stuck on a centaur's back. It's fine.
Now, another technical question. Can I have one person on my back, and can I carry the other like I was with the bodies?
What I would say as a DM, for fun, but also to keep the spirit of the spell intact, is I would say that you can have someone mounted and you would both be invisible, or you can carry someone and you would both be invisible.
Man.
Not fun.
It gives you a little... You have a mounted rider that's invisible. Come on, that's stretching. That is stretching.
I think my suggestion for that would be, if I may, I am a woman, so I could pass. Syaanis is the quietest of all of us. He probably does not need to be invisible unless he just
Has a really bad day coming his way.
Then I just like run to the other side of the campfire right quick, and I was like, "Did you guys see that?"
Did you see me, Dad? I was so fast.
All right.
Hey guys, want to see me run around the campfire? Want to see me do it again?
First of all, we don't have a campfire. I didn't allow any campfires.
The camp, whatever. You know what I mean.
That reminds me of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I've mastered the art of stealth. I'm staying so still. You can't even see me.
I'm looking at you right now.
No, you're not.
Literally right now. I'm looking at you.
So, if we were to do that, I think it would be Pholon carrying you, Damon.
I agree.
I also agree to this plan.
I would prefer not to do this plan, though, because it would still mean walking into a heavily fortified, now on guard.
I feel like this is a good backup plan, maybe we should focus on trying to find Lycus first before we officially decide on anything. That's just my own little opinion, though.
Do
Definitely
you
a
have
plan.
any way of going underwater without drowning?
Holding your breath.
Yeah.
I need to look at the holding breath rolls.
Yeah, what is the technical, like, swimming speed versus walking speed rule? Is it the same?
Okay. No.
Yeah.
So unless you have a built-in swimming speed, it is difficult terrain. So you're half. As far as holding your breath, you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equivalent to your Constitution modifier +1 with a minimum of 1. Yeah, it's
That's
Constitution
crazy.
modifier, but a minimum of 1, I believe.
A minimum 30 seconds, I think.
Minimum 30 seconds, close
says
enough.
PHP.
Yeah, that's fine. 30 seconds a minute. It shouldn't matter in most cases.
So basically 10 turns.
If you have a
it's-
con,
if
if you have a
it's
con of 0, if you have a con of 0 or less, it's a minimum of 10 turns. Sure, 5 or 10 turns, whatever.
And let's see. Josh, do you remember how far you swam last time?
Yeah,
How much?
I remember.
I remember this, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say anymore, Joey. But
I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with this.
the thing was, because he was 180 feet down, 20 feet in, so total of 200 feet.
That's correct. The entrance that he found was 180 feet from the surface of the water,
So
and then another couple dozen feet to get into the air bubble cavern with the Hydra. No, y'all don't know any of that.
That takes. Oh god. Yeah, so that's 12 turns roughly just to get down. And then an additional 2 more to get in.
So
But
you're
and it's a
not
matter.
Give or
coming
take.
back up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can go down and come back up. Because I have 4 minutes of breath holding time.
Yeah, to keep it simple, you'd need a con of 2 or better, +2 or better,
Yeah,
or some
+3.
other mechanism,
Yeah.
swimming speed, spell, item, whatever.
But the problem is we don't know where to go down.
It's also
And it
true.
will look very suspicious to just have, and then about 10
And-
feet away.
And you don't have a whale's blind sense
Yeah.
echolocation. It's
Yeah.
pitch black that deep
Yeah,
down.
dark vision's not going to help me in there.
Yeah, I have a +2, and if it's difficult terrain's half speed, I have 25 feet of movement.
So you're extra. You're our swimmer.
As odd as that sounds, yes.
Yeah, and I'm the one who can sort of see in the dark.
What do you call a doggy paddle with hooves?
Hoofy.
Hoovy paddles?
Hoofing it.
A horsey paddle?
A horsey paddle? I just horsey paddle my ass down there. Wait, can I propeller my tail?
Extra 5 right there.
Just
What would a
arms-
centaur like doing the butterfly? You know what I mean?
my arms are just like,
How do you dolphin kick with 2
and my
sets of
hooves are like
legs?
Yeah.
just, and my tail's just spinning like a propeller behind me. I can see that.
This cartoon
Sure.
horse shit.
Sure.
Like those dogs that jump in the water, you see their tail go poop, 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 poop before they land. Like that, but in the
All right.
Yes,
I'm done.
Yeah, we can try and find the underwater way, but I think with all due respect, Damon, I don't think you can hold your breath as long as necessary to get down there, unless you have magical intervention. I've seen Renatus in action.
I think I can make it.
I'll just hold on to our horse friend. Our centaur friend, excuse me.
I took a lot of offense to that.
then.
I didn't say the horse friend. It was just centaur came out.
Let's see if we come up with anything ingenious in our sleep.
I'll let you know.
Yes, you're the one with the brain.
All right.
We're the extraneous brain cells, you're the brain. Whatever cell is. Right.
So, as you all lay down and take your watches through the evening, passing rather uneventfully, concerned for Lycus in a strange land, not knowing what's going on with Moxina, and literally the weight of the world on your shoulders, we're going to take a break. So, it is, it's about 9:20, a little bit early, but that's okay. Might be a little bit of an extended break. We'll see. But everybody, hope you're having fun, whether you're watching this now or later. Now on Twitch or later on YouTube. We'll see you when we get back. Bio break, stretch, invite your friends, all that great stuff, and we'll see y'all then, alright? Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. So, Lycus, this huge, I hate using D&D terms for general description because it's not always accurate, but this extremely large 10-finger, 10-toe Jenkin Cyclops towering over you, demanding to know who you are and what are you doing here.
I take the wig off and I'm like, well, I'm actually looking for somebody.
Titan's Bane?
Yep. So, a friend of mine, and I'll tell him about the old Cyclops that I met, talked to. I was just, you should chatting with him and seeing how things are going, and then I'm starting to get a little flushed here a little bit when I realized just how big that maul is. He's pounding metal with. Just hanging out, seeing how everything's going, and I just miss hanging out with my giant friends, or my Cyclops friends. Sorry, not to insult you.
Your friend's not here. And he starts to turn back towards the anvil.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm here to find Steros' dad.
Steros?
Yep. Just a buddy I met on the way. Saved his life. Would you happen to know that name? Or are there any other giant or Cyclops here?
I need you to give me a dexterity.
Oh
check.
my god, he's going to throw something at me. Fuck.
Dodge that bitch.
Oh, it's gonna murder me.
Smack that.
Oh, why didn't I heal myself?
That.
Oh my god, just dex or?
Dexterity check, yep.
Just a check, okay. Why don't you ever do like athletics or something? Why does it always have to be just flat dex? Or acrobatics? Why can't it be acrobatics?
So as you're talking, he, with a burst of speed you were not expecting, he, in 2 quick strides, is across the room, slams his hand around your chest, picks you up, and pushes you up against the wall. From the accidental force behind this, you're going to take 2 bludgeoning damage as you get pushed into the wall. What do you know of Steros?
It's another part of the sex dungeon that we didn't expect.
You are held up. You are now feet are 10 feet off the ground as you're staring into this massive bloodshot eye. Speak clearly. He shakes and kind of rubs you against the stone surface.
Oh god, another 2 damage, I'm sure.
No, not that time.
He's on the boat! He's on the boat! He's sending me to look for his dad!
What boat? What are you speaking of?
My boat! We saved his life! He saved our life! We owe each other!
Give me a persuasion check.
Not a sex boat.
That's actually okay, I get advantage on those.
Okay.
18.
Okay. He breathes heavily in and out as he's taking this in, his bloodshot eye, taking almost all of your vision as he's so close, you feel his breath upon your face.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm turning red in the eyes, or black eyes, because I can't fucking breathe.
He lowers you down the wall a bit, where you're like 5 feet off, and then lets go. And you fall to the ground and kind of collapse on your knees for a second. Why is Steros on a boat? Why is he not at Praxis?
What? Because they were torturing him.
Who was torturing him?
The fucking... Oh, God,
He was being tortured at Praxis?
Where the lizard people on Fire Island. Praxis is not where he was at. Oh, it's not the name of the place on Fire Island, right? Praxis is supposed to be...
where Rennie was sent.
Yeah, I was going to say, Praxis is supposed to be the tower.
Y'all cheating.
No, but that's what I'm making sure with you. Praxis is supposed to be the tower.
Yeah, Praxis is Sidon's domain home, essentially.
No, he never was sent there. He was doing slave work in the volcano.
You see this massive He kind of clambers over and leans up against this anvil, which is still a good 6 feet tall.
Yeah, bigger than my ever was.
Looking over at you. They sent him to Fire Island in my stead. But you say he's with you? Where is he?
Okay.
Why is he here?
Okay, calm down, all right? Because they're gonna murder us, because we're not women. Okay. Take a second, all right? Rest your eye, all right? Calm down. Your son is on my ship. We're here for another reason, but we made a promise that we would help look for his father and get him out to safety so y'all can be together wherever y'all decide to go. That's on y'all. But he's safe on our ship, and we're here trying to, find and help some other people. So I'm assuming you know him or of him, but he's not here because they will probably kill him, seeing as they almost tried to kill me and my party. Why are you here? I try to get his fingers off of me.
They raided Fire Island. They were seeking metals and strange herbs. Something to assist with religious ceremonies, some fungus. And then they found me. With Lutheria's help, they brought me here. So I can make their weapons and armor. Those damned birds.
Oh my god, fucking birds, I know.
Hey.
I love those fucking birds. The genius craftsmanship of those birds, but my god, their weapons hurt, and I show my hold armor. Love the craftsmanship of those birds, though. I would love to get me a few of them.
He was on some boat. How did you get down here?
I swam. And then I had to pass the Hydra. I found the fucking chambers. And here I am.
Huh. Here you are.
Here I am. Ha! And I'm so fucking broken right now. I'm like, yeah. As I lean back against the wall, here I am.
Well, it sounds like you got it all figured out. So how do we get out of here?
Not a fucking clue. Well, actually, I take that back. I can do the same thing I did with the last giant I saved. I simply polymorphed him into a bird because he wanted to be a bird. And I safely guided him out of the cave because he was blind. Didn't hit the wall at all. And then he flew off to freedom.
No.
I mean, we could do whatever you want to do. I don't know if you can you leave? Are you able to get out?
That's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
This entire room, this entire level, they have some magic cast upon it where no other magic can exist. Or I would have crafted something to get me out of here a long time ago.
So nothing in here magical can exist?
As far as I know, it's all the way everywhere on this level. That's what they said. I know it doesn't work in this room. I've never been able to leave this room because of this. And as he moves his leg, you hear now, since there's not a massive giant slamming up against the wall, you hear the sound of metal. And he takes the maul and kind of slams it against the floor, but it doesn't hit the floor. It hits something metal and shakes his leg.
Go inspect. May I?
Huh? Moves it around. You reach down and you don't see, but you feel.
Do I really reach down? I mean, like, if he's fucking, do I just run into it?
Yeah, the links are only up to like your knees.
Oh, okay.
You feel this massive metal linked chain and a collar around his ankle.
Oh, I try to find see if it's got a keyhole or anything.
Okay, give me. You're not proficient with these tools, and it's invisible.
Actually. Oh no, I'm just right now. I'm not looking.
Yep.
No, I am proficient at thieves' tools. First off, that's how I was able to break into the
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
But,
yeah. Well, then you can trace the chain to the leg collar, and you can feel where it attaches. And you know, typically there's a lock something on the other side, so you move around this massive leg, and you go to the other side, and you feel that there is some type of hole, and your fingers can practically fit into the size of the keyhole on it. Pretty big.
Okay. So if I take this off, you can use magic and do your thing?
No, that has nothing to do with the chain, as far as I know. This chain keeps me from moving.
Oh. Do my spectacles, like, because I've got magical shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I take a second and like really pay attention now.
Mm-hmm.
What color are my eyes? Look me in the eyes with your big beautiful eye. What color are my eyes? And I'll like make them red. I'll get angry. Urgh.
Green.
Dancing
I can
lights.
see.
Dancing lights.
Nope.
Oh my god, I'm naked. I start like huffing a little bit. I'm like, you said it's the floor of this room. Is it the floor of this room?
They told me it was the entire level of this underwater temple.
The whole level?
That I had no chance of getting out. Because I couldn't make any magical items to get me out. I could maybe crawl through that tiny door there, but that's it. If I weren't for this damned chain.
So my spells are no. Are there any magical braziers in this outside area, outside this door? Do I remember seeing any of them outside this area?
There was in the hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna exit the. 1 second, I need to check something. Step out and try to cast my dancing lights again.
Okay. Right by the door, it doesn't. You're a little persistent. You go about 15 feet away, and it does.
Okay.
Right at the edge of the corner.
Okay, then I'll hurry back in and be like, okay, no, you're good. 15 feet, it's good. So as soon as my dancing light would have sent in, it just disappears immediately. Yeah, it's a magical null zone. Okay, I figured as much. I just wanted to see what would happen if I entered in with a magical entity. Yeah, no, you're good. 15 feet away. Yeah, that's cool.
Unfortunately, that doesn't help because I can't craft anything in the hallway. I can't even reach that.
So will it be magical in here, or not in here, but as soon as it leaves here, it would be magical? Or do you create the items and then they imbue it magical?
I could create them. That's a good question. I've never tried that.
Well, what are you making right now?
Armor?
Let's try it on. Is it supposed to be magical?
No.
Have they ever said make something that is magical? Or would be?
No. Not since I've come here.
Well, how would we test it?
You're the one with the plan.
Fuck. Alright. Let me think about this. Is there anywhere I can go to sleep safely? It has been a very long night, and I'm tired of being eaten, and I need to think.
If you don't mind the heat, you can ball up in the corner over there.
Oh my god, I mind the heat.
It is really hot. It's a good 98 degrees.
It's
very humid. It's bad.
Is there any other you wouldn't know? You've never left the fucking room.
That's right.
Oh my god. Okay, what if I unlock your chain? And you think you could squeeze through that door?
I could.
Is this where you sleep?
It is.
Is this where you eat?
It is.
When do you go to sleep? Because I show him my sundial watch. I am ready to go.
Usually whenever I'm done crafting for the day. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't have a time or anything.
Okay, how much longer do you think you have?
I can sleep whenever I want. As long as I give them what they want, they feed me. That's kind of how it works.
Okay. Is there anything else on this floor, this level, that you know of? Because before I found you, I found a double-doored foyer setup and then a lot of female voices. Or a lot of voices.
As far as I know, I'm the only thing on this level.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and you went much further down this stairwell.
Yeah. This is the only level. And he says he thinks he can get out of that door.
Yeah.
So does it actually look like he can fit through that door?
It'd be tighter than you going through those pipes. Maybe.
Oh, God. All right. Well, I'm going to say, okay. Well, I need to get some sleep. I can't survive. I curl up in a corner, plug my ears as best I can, try to insulate myself.
No, not there.
No,
that corner.
But that's
sometimes, yeah. So I know it's cooler over there by the water, but sometimes fish flop out of there and end up on the floor, and then you'd be woken up. And I know you magic users need to sleep right.
Where does this water go?
It comes from the ocean.
You have the ocean literally dropping into your forge?
I do. It collects there before it funnels down and goes somewhere else. I don't know. I didn't make it.
What the fuck is going on? All right, I crawl in my corner, and I'm just like, I drank from the horn about Mitria like a motherfucker.
Okay. All right. So.
But do you dream?
No, because it would have lost its magical properties.
Oh, valid.
As you rest, Lycus.
Oh, God.
Don't do that. It fucks me up. You see a cave. Or at least it appears to be a cave. There's a woman standing there. She's dimly lit from the back by some type of white, amberish light. Her face is shadowed. You hear a familiar voice. Hello, Lycus. It's been a while. You've been busy, grandson.
I have been. I as sure as fuck have been. Where have you been, Grandma?
I've been
Mama.
Entertaining our guest.
Oh yeah? How's he doing? Pissed off, I'm sure.
No, he was quite the handful. That's why I couldn't spare any energy to speak with you for so long. But he's preoccupied with someone else now, so... Now we can converse. How are you, my child?
I am tired. I am so tired.
Tired from what?
I just almost drowned. Well, first, I had to fight a bunch of statues. Then I had to run away from Basilisk, and then we almost died from mechanical birds, and then I had to turn into a sea creature and find an underwater cave.
Yes. Lycus, no one likes it when people complain. These are your adventures. This is your legacy.
Yeah.
These are the things you will be remembered for. You should be excited. You should be reveling in the glory to come, not complaining about minor nuisances.
No, a revel, absolute reveling. My revel level is peaked, but it's exhausting. I'm tired. I'm just tired, but I'm excited. There's a dragon on the boat that's gonna hatch. I'm gonna have my own dragon. Kira's watching him right now. If I can get the hell out of this and get back to the boat, I'm gonna fucking make this happen.
Yes, I noticed that. I meant to speak with you as soon as possible. That's partially why I came to you. Since I have the opportunity now. I don't know anything about dragons, Lycus. Nothing I haven't heard in stories. But I can feel it when you make these connections. When you're focusing your energy, it's like a handshake, a kiss on the cheek between you and the creature. But there's something more. It's as though you're imparting a piece of yourself upon it. Now, this seems like relatively worthless information, since there's nothing I can gain from it, but I do count on you to fulfill our destiny. And so your goals, for the time being at least, are my goals. And if you are to become a dragon lord, then you are to need to be bonded with a dragon, or so they say. Here's the problem, as I see it. You are imparting a piece of yourself with this creature when you bond as you do. But where does that piece come from? It's obviously not your body. Is it your mind? Well, I mean, I guess that depends on what you define as a mind. But if it's something more preternatural, something more basic, like a soul, and within you there are multiple souls, then are you the only one imparting a piece of yourself when you do this?
So you're telling me that my dragon has portions of me, maybe you, maybe Esther Arklander, and Aola?
Not me, Lycus. I am not within you. I can speak with you, I can communicate with you, and we are resonant to a certain degree, so that I can impact things. As I said, my hands were full with Esther, the brute. Esther is within you, sharing a common space, vying for the same pieces of you as your very soul does. And now this Aola, she's darling, by the way.
Oh, that's so too.
She is within as well. Now, Aola doesn't seem the type to do something like this, although if it is possible, which I don't know if it is possible, I could easily see Esther doing such a thing. Besides, even if she could, Aola's been far too busy. She's giving everything she has.
Okay, well, I mean, fuck, I thought it would be useful to have somebody who was here for the first Great War, you know, to impart some knowledge.
Lycus, I am not judging you. I think it was a smart decision, and I don't even see the major harm in allowing it to continue. After all, although part of Estor may be imparting, part of it may not. And even if it is, you are still the Dragon Lord. You will still be in control. Right?
Absolutely.
So maybe it has a little bit of a mean streak. But sometimes that's needed as well. Don't you think?
I've never heard of a perfectly nice dragon.
Neither have I.
So what's your
that you
warning?
know what you're doing.
Oh, I thought you were warning me.
I was advising you. It is not my job to warn.
So would you advise that my actions are acceptable, applauded, cautionary, not just informative? What would you do? Because I'm kind of running blind here.
I would seize every advantage you have and exploit it to its fullest. Because when the stakes are at their highest, you need every edge you can get. And some would say that edges such as this come with a cost. As I have told you, that is why I told you to remind you of this, because you have to make these decisions. But I think the real question you're looking for is, what is it worth? Who is it worth?
Does it matter what the cost is when my other option is we die to the Titans?
Aola doesn't think so. And with that, she slowly starts to fade back into the light.
Wait, she doesn't think what? That it is worth it or not worth it?
She's gone.
Son of a bitch! Not her, not you. I know you're still there.
So, my friends in the copse of trees. You are awakened by, I believe, Pholon was taking last watch. The air is relatively still. There's not much of a breeze, and the sun is already, even as it's low incline, shedding a significant amount of heat upon you as you sweat, climbing out of your bedrolls and brushing off the dust that has settled on you overnight to prepare for the next day.
Just a note, Syaanis was taking the last watch. I was taking a third watch.
That's my fault. Syaanis,
Close.
you wake them up.
Oh boy.
Does Damon's eyes close? I don't want to know. Does he need sleep? That'd be really funny.
Just
They
sitting
just have
there
the
with super
second-
dried out eyes.
The second, animal eyelid where there's, one inside and there's another.
So here's the thing about Damon and sleep. I'm glad you asked. Physically, you do not need to sleep. However, because you are in this incorporeal form, your attachment to the weave and all the arcane energies that flow through it still require sleep to refresh and rejuvenate your arcane power.
Gotcha. So I can lay there for 8 hours with my eyes wide open. And
No, you would still need to sleep, but it's not an exhaustion or a
gotcha.
type thing.
Cool.
Kind of like how elves kind of trance out or whatever.
Kind of,
Okay.
except it's a full 8 hours.
That makes more sense in my head.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly appropriate.
Well, before we all make haste, I'm going to spellbook analyze and reform, which time
Okay.
snap. There
Take
we
a
go.
few minutes. Yep.
And then I will then, as a ritual, again, cast floating disc. This time.
Okay.
So I don't burn a spell slot for time's sake. And it takes me 10 minutes to cast.
Okay.
Anyone have any flashes of genius in the night?
I've got nothing. Honestly, I was too beat up to really get a good sleep. But I mean, all right.
I've made a few changes to my plan that I told you last night. I believe we can all sneak in invisible with a little help.
From my friends.
Do you need anybody?
No, but one of us will have to ride you, Pholon.
Do I get a vote in that, or is this just kind of
okay.
gonna be a whoever thing? Because I mean, in general, I don't really mind, but I mean, I also have to think about my strength here a little bit. So if I
then
get
I would
a vote,
I would say one of the lighter ones. I'll gesture between.
well,
I'll be like wave the hand like as this is going on. Whoever you choose, just not to cut you off, but to cut you off because as in character, cut you off. I'm sorry. You can continue though.
well, I guess overall it doesn't matter to me. Whoever it's gonna be, the least sneakiest can hop on. Well, I mean, I'm already not as sneaky, but
Renatus, then not Renatus, sorry, wrong name. Ugh, habit. Damon.
Chain. I'm just gonna hold the chain every time you say Renatus. Chain.
I will get it eventually. Damon, I recommend that you ride.
I second that. Thirded. Awesome. Do you all need to do anything?
No. Might take if we're waiting a few minutes as he's casting. I'm going to take a moment and pray.
Yeah, take him about a half hour. So you guys have that much time at least.
To do the spell book and the ritual? Okay.
I'm taking a moment to pray. My quiet spot and just pray to Nitros and just be like, please let Lycus be okay. Please let us get in all right. Now, I know this is getting a lot to ask, but please make sure my brother is alive. And not a fuck toy, please. Arachne will kill me if he is.
can I spend some time carving some shot glasses out of whatever materials up to this point I have collected?
Sure. We will say that in this area, looking around, trying to find something, you find several kind of torn off, broken off pieces of rhinoceros horn lying about.
Oh, yes. Rhino, shot glass, rhino, shot glass.
Ivory, goddamn.
Syaanis looks confused.
Shots of
No. I'm trying to think of like real world. Is rhino horn made out of ivory? I'm pretty sure that's only.
Well, technically, ivory is made out of tusks and horns. Pretty sure it's similar.
But yeah, that was the perplexed look on my face.
Got it.
Keratin. Former keratin.
Yeah. We'll say in Thylea it is. Okay. Done. Moving on.
Word of God.
That's a thing. That's
Now,
canon.
I know I can't do it all in the shorter amount of time that we have here, but in general, with the pieces I collect, how many could I make, like, with future time?
Roll 1d10.
Do it. That's a d12. 10. Fuck!
1.
Damn it!
But that means it's special.
Well, like magically special or really special because I made it like in class with that kid who like puts paste all over everything and the teacher calls it special to make it feel better.
Special because there's only one like
it. Okay. So yes, just like the school teacher to make that kid feel special.
That's okay.
That was me.
I think it was a lot of us in D&D. All right, so 30 minutes have passed. Syaanis has been doing broody rogue stuff. Euron's been praying a lot of the time, and Pholon has been making an ivory shot class. Okay, you make some progress, but not a whole lot. Only half an hour.
I'm practicing being stealthy.
There you go, standing perfectly still.
Hey guys, can you see me?
You're standing directly in front of me, of course I can see you.
No, I'm not.
I can't see you if I don't look up from what I'm doing, so I think you're doing a pretty decent job on that.
Syaanis in the shed.
I hope I'm skilled enough that I can mutter nuances in their general vicinity, just like
cough in your general direction.
This is the group he chose. This is the group he chose. This is the group he chose.
Sounds in the background. I am a tree.
Yes, you can very much say that. Sure. All right, the time has passed. Now what?
To the island.
Chicken butt.
Okay, so approach the shore again, get back in. Because of the still air, the bay stretched out before you is practically like glass with just a little bit of morning fog rolling across it. When you start to row out into it, you're breaking this surface. You see the V extending for hundreds of feet behind you as you silently lap through the water towards the island. It'll take you about an hour to get there. Along the way, the morning mist clears out. It starts to get burned off by the sun. The water around is still deathly motionless. And you see the large rocky island appear into view.
Before we get within good sight of it, right? So before they can see us coming, I guess I could say, I want to use Clairvoyance.
Okay, so what I would say to that is they can see you coming a really far way away. However, if you're smart and take a little more time, you can kind of angle yourself behind all these rocky outcroppings coming up to get within whatever range you want to be in. And you guys will just have to roll me a group stealth check for that. And then tell me what range you want to stop at. And the idea is that you're kind of you're navigating through all this rocky stuff, staying behind it, going around it, getting behind another one to break line of sight from the top of the island to your rowboat. And then find one at whatever range you want to be at to kind of post up behind so you can cast Clairvoyance.
I can cast it at any range.
Right.
Really.
Okay.
Well, it's basically, are there any outcroppings of rock close to this island? How close do I have to be prior to there not being any more cover, is basically.
This is a large bay, so there's
right.
several. They're all each several hundred feet apart.
But there is an outcropping at each 100 feet towards the island. Is basically what I'm saying.
Approximately, the closest you get to this island, this one's kind of standing alone, probably about 300-400 feet.
All right. Well, then we'll take our time to get as close as we can while we have cover.
Okay.
And then when we get to that point,
mm-hmm.
I would like to use Clairvoyance to then get the best possible chance of making it the entire way prior to, so I can obviously see the movements of everyone in what they're scanning, if they're covering every possible angle, if there's a better way to approach, all of that.
Okay, sure. Give me 1 second to review Clairvoyance. I'm just going to open it up on your sheet real quick.
Because I've been Yeah, I've been to that place, so.
I'm going to hold my tongue for this.
Okay, so best thing you could do here would be to cast that up on the top by the statue field, and maybe up to or behind that first doorway, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I want to be able to see basically where they can look out. I won't be able to see the landing per se at the bottom, but I don't
Sure.
expect anyone to just be waiting at the bottom.
Sure.
So that was
Okay.
my idea.
So in amongst this field of rubble where you were all fighting the golems, there are 2 Amazons posted up by the door sitting on chairs. There's nobody around the rim or anything else of the top landing there.
Really?
Really?
So no one's watching us come in.
Nobody
just
seems
at-
to be watching the water, as far as you can tell.
Wow. Can I see down at the door? Is it open or is it closed?
The door is closed.
Damn it. Before I come up with another part of this plan. If I am riding on someone who is stealth or invisible,
Mm-hmm.
I know that person can't make any actions, otherwise they'll become visible again. Does that count for someone riding them?
1 second. So we're kind of bending the rules here a little bit. So what I would say is, if you cast your 2nd level invisibility, okay, that would apply to that person and any objects that that person is carrying or whatever. Greater invisibility says anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible, as is the target person, and so does invisibility. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see. Hold on.
Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple.
Right? Oh. So I would say, as soon as we're kind of stretching it to apply to 2 creatures instead of 1 is what we're doing, giving you a little bit of a freebie. Along with that, if they drop that individual, they stop being invisible.
Right.
Okay. Or if the individual being carried or mounted casts a spell or attacks, yes, they will become visible.
Okay.
You're still breaking the rule. Not only will they become visible, they would both become visible.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That is unless you want to cast it higher than 3rd level, in which case you can cast it on multiple. Greater invisibility doesn't have that addendum.
Yeah,
It's only one person no matter what. Okay.
Right. But it
Making
only
sure we're
lasts
on
a
the same
minute.
page.
But it only lasts a minute. So.
Right, but you can do whatever you want for one person. Just depends how you're doing it.
I don't have enough spell slots to do all this. Oh man. All right. So if no one's watching, I'll let them know. I'll be like, hey, no one's watching. There is no one watching our attempt to raid the island.
One moment, since Renatus is smart, giving you a little bit of benefit of the doubt here. Give me an insight check.
17.
Okay. You see 2 Amazons sitting outside the door, standing guard. You do not see any Stimfey. You would have noticed that with that insight check.
And I don't see any Stimfey from where we are. I don't see any Stimfey either around the perimeter or in the sky.
Correct.
Hmm.
Now remember, at this point, y'all are behind a rocky outcropping, hiding. And you cast Clairvoyance to get it started to see what you see before you approached. So, the majority of the island, except for probably like the very top, is obscured from view. As you're sitting in the rowboat. From normal view, as you're sitting in the rowboat. While you ponder this, Lycus. You're not sure how long you've been sleeping, since there is no sun or moon. Bront, the Jenkin, is still awake, although he's not forging anything. He's still sitting there against the anvil, rested. Not sure if he slept and woke up and resumed the same position, or never left that position. Either way, you awake, covered in sweat. Your skin feeling almost as though it's blistered, as though you've been cooking for however long you've been sleeping. You watch the flames flicker in the great blast furnace next to you. You hear the water rumbling into the basin next to you. You smell some of the seawater as it fills the air and almost comes to steam a few feet away. What are you doing?
Muted.
I know. Gross. Absolutely just gross. So, I began to bathe. No, actually, yeah, I'll actually go to the seawater and just be like, oh god, I prestidigitation my clothes, but it's still my skin, just, you know, I give myself a little sponge bath. Get some soap.
The water is cold, but it's clear. It is
so
obviously
nice.
salt water. A couple of
nice.
nicks and cuts. You feel it burn a little bit.
It's okay.
And remember when you and I, real life, when we were in Belize, and you'd go take a shower and you walk back to the barracks, and literally 2 minutes out the door, you're already covered in sweat again?
Yeah,
Same
I
thing.
remember those days.
Totally the same thing.
That's okay.
Just
For
FYI.
that, it was 2 minutes if it was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, wow, great memory. I feel it right now. So, yeah, no, I'll get up and I'll just be like, all right, hey.
Oh, you're awake.
Yeah. Did you sleep?
Kind of.
Okay. When are they supposed to pick up their shipment?
Leah comes and goes as she pleases.
Who's Leah?
Queen Thessaly's sister.
Okay.
Honored sister.
Okay. Like by blood or just that's title?
No, her actual sister.
Okay. Hey, does the name Maxina mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Alright, if I can get your chain out, or off, you think we can get the hell out of here? And would you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to do this now? Do you know how to get out of here?
You can get me out of here now. That'd be great. I would warn you. You look very talented. But even with me, I can probably squeeze through the door in the tunnels like I said, but my movement would be very limited. And with all the Amazons, I don't know how far we'd get unless you have an answer for that too.
I could probably turn you into like a newt or something and hide you in my bag. valve's the only thing I could think of, other than turning you into like a dog or something. With your permission, just to get out of here.
It will not be a newt.
Only for an hour.
You can come up with something similarly small that is not nearly as reprehensible.
What? I'm just tossing ideas. How about a lizard? I can ride you.
You will not be riding me.
I'm trying to get us the fuck out of here. Can you swim?
Yes, I can swim.
How big is that hole? Like, can you think you could break through that? And swim?
No. The pipe is about 2 feet. It's about 2 feet wide. You could probably squeeze through it.
Yeah, but that's a lot of pressure. I can't get out of there. Like a salmon swimming upriver.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Was that a reflexive yeah, or did you actually say that out loud?
No, I said it out loud, but I mean, no, No, Lycus didn't say that out loud because Lycus doesn't know what salmon are, unless they're normal to Nightlia. I said that just because that's what it sounded like. All right. Well, do you know the exit if we got out of here? If we leave this room, do you know how to exit in a hurry?
No, I was teleported here.
Fuck.
By Lutheria. I already said that.
I know, but I don't know if it was here, or if it was near here. Okay. Fuck. All right, I don't know how to get you out. I gotta find a way out, and then I gotta come back and get you. Because if not, it's not gonna be easy to hide you and me.
Well, can you swim?
Yes, I can swim.
Go out the pipe. I don't know how far down we are. I imagine it's a lot, because they said as much.
How am I gonna get out the...
Crawl through it.
Oh, shit.
It's just water.
Okay.
There's no
I
shit.
Yeah. No, it's not that what I... Okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to know it's not the latrine refuse. Okay. Because that would be weird, too.
No, sometimes I have to go in the basin, but the water coming in is clean.
You mean that one? You mean that basin right there, don't you?
I totally just realized what happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't even click in my
like five, 6 times.
In my head.
Yeah. Like 5-6 times of prestidigitation. Oh God!
I'm begging of you, please let this man tell us.
I forgot you can't prestidigitation.
Oh, I'm like. Okay. All right. So here's the plan. What's your name again?
Bront.
And
you never gave me yours.
Lycus, the Magnificent. You have to add that because there's a lot of Lycuses, but I'm the only Magnificent.
Okay, Lycus the Magnificent. 3 words I think is enough. No.
Oh, okay. I can give you the whole spiel.
Maybe later, once we're out of here.
Okay, so I will try to exit through the pipe. But how am I going to get you out?
You had a plan. You got in here. I'm not going anywhere until you do.
Alright. Well, at least if I can get out, that means I can get back in, and then we can figure out A to B, and alright. You just do what you do.
I know Leah has the key, if that helps.
The key to what?
To these. He shakes the invisible shackles.
Yeah, but you still can't get out of here. Okay. Tell you what, I'm gonna go out the pipe, and I will come back as soon as I can, maybe with some friends. You be good. You mind helping me up?
He grabs you by the arm and kind of
So dramatic.
puts you up against it. The water's like pouring in your face. It is strong. It is fast. There's a lot of volume.
Yeah. All right, shove me. He's gonna like plug the hole. Go.
He shoves you. I need you to give me a strength check to see if you can go up against this.
Yeah. I got this, y'all. We good. Just not athletics, just strength. Just flat strength.
Just strength.
How does a 10 sound?
10 sounds like you get shoved back out and he catches you. He
That's a lot of water.
picks you up and he like shakes you a little bit. All right, one more time. Just hold your breath.
Okay.
He pushes you in there, and then you feel this force extend from his hand, pushing you along your backside. It's invisible. It's almost like a massive hand pushing you from your hips forward, and everything. There was some light coming in there from the flames behind you that suddenly goes black as he puts his hand over it to stop the water pouring through and equalizes the pressure as you get pushed forward. It comes to a curve, and then that backward force stops, as though whatever he was doing is no longer doing it.
Okay.
So you're now in this tight corner in this pitch black pipe where you can't see anything in seawater, and the pressure is starting to get really, really immense, like the equalization pressure within your ears. So you crawl, and you crawl, and you crawl.
Oh, I can't swim it? I gotta crawl it?
You gotta crawl. There's no movement to get your arms stuff. You're like shoulders and hips up against the sides of this pipe. And you can wiggle, sure, you can worm it. Okay.
Am I fucking Shawshank Redemptioning this pipe?
Basically. So it's gonna take you a good...
I'm on your frame.
It's gonna take you a good 30 seconds to a minute to get out of this pipe.
Hell yeah.
Do you have the con for that?
Absolutely.
You should, because it's just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have
I don't even know why
+2.
I asked that, honestly. So you finally break out and everything is pitch black around you, but you do see really high up very, very thin scatterings of sunlight getting down to these really dark depths. You are at least twice, maybe 3 times down as deep as you were when you found the first underwater entrance.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you're a good 500 to 600 feet down below the water surface. Player math.
So I can swim 60 feet around, technically.
Swim speed? Yep.
Swim speed of 60 if I dash.
Sure.
And I have 600 feet to go.
Yep.
That would mean 10 rounds, which would mean 1 minute.
60 feet, 600 feet in 1 minute, yeah.
If I could do it. God bless Mariner's armor.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Bends.
I ain't fucking worried about the bends.
It's just for fun.
Yeah.
There might be a little bit of bludgeoning damage for fun.
Or sharks. 16.
Okay. Yeah, no. You ascend successfully and quickly.
Lights all around me.
Sure. You notice once you got about halfway out the pipe, you were able to illuminate it and continue warming through.
I want to like memorize the piping. You know, like okay, what does it look like when I'm coming back in? Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
You got that, and then you burst up to the surface. Well, you're not. If you go straight up, you aerial. You're not right next to the rocky ledge. The nearest rocky ledge, because the island kind of mountain forms its way up, you're a good 1,500 feet from the rocky shore that goes vertical for this island, the rocky cliff that goes vertical for this island. Otherwise, the nearest other rocky outcroppings are several hundred feet away in any direction.
So I'm literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. Oh my god.
All right, switch back to the other people. So, what are y'all doing?
I'm following Damon's lead.
Going on an invisible pony ride is what I suspected.
Okay, so there are no Stimfey. I don't see any Stimfey, and I don't see any Stimfey above us. So they have to be the ones keeping watch. Do any of y'all have any rope?
That's a nope on the rope.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got some. What do you need?
Okay, we need to not lose this boat. Is there a way to fashion
Boat rope?
boat rope to this thing so it doesn't float away?
Yeah, we should be able to do it.
All right. Second thing, I said I would do it. Well, I need that to see, so I won't do that. I will, in case, for some reason, while we go in to save Lycus, he would to come out, I want to leave a thought strand on the boat. I want to encode some thoughts. So I basically will like pull out a memory strand, if you will, and place it in the boat, and it's basically a we went in to save you, Damon. And then after that's in the boat, I'm going to tell everyone, okay, everyone gather close. I don't know where the Stimfey are, and I cannot see them. So I'm going to have to turn all of us invisible now. And we will have to swim to shore. Which it'll take however long it takes. We have
5-10 minutes.
Right. So we have about an hour to find him and to be inside.
Are we turning invisible and then swimming, or are we swimming and then turning invisible?
Turning invisible and then swimming, unless you think we could get past the Stimfey without being invisible. I can't hold my breath for that long.
I can't.
My only technical question out of character, because Damon's going to be on Pholon when he turns all of us invisible, correct?
Yes.
So, can Pholon swim with Damon on his back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Because you're mountable, you don't have any penalty to your movement when someone is mounted.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, just in case.
Yep. It's a good question.
All right. So I'm going to cast Invisibility as a 4th level spell to get everyone, or basically the level 2 for 1 person, 3 for 2, 4 for 3. Okay. So I'm going to turn Euron, Syaanis, and Pholon invisible with me mounted on Pholon. As soon as I do that, I lose my Clairvoyance.
Okay.
Because they're both concentration.
Yep, you got it. And I appreciate you keeping track of that. All right.
Time is ticking.
Suddenly you can't see each other, and then all of a sudden, one of you all splashes in the water.
Me. I just like
maybe we should get in the water prior to turning invisible, just so we can see what we're doing and not bump into one another.
Nah, too late now. It happened.
Oh shit!
But you can see the water rippling around them.
Dolphin kicking underwater, so you can maybe see my movement underneath.
Yeah, there you go. Get some bubbles trailing off. Sure. Okay, so I need one of you 4 to roll me a d20. There's a 25% chance here. 15 and up gets it. Nope. All right. So you continue on several hundred feet and closer and closer and closer. One more shot. Roll me another d20. 17. Okay. So by this point, you're about 3/4 of the way there. The landing where the rowboat goes is maybe 50 feet ahead or so, give or take. Estimate roughly here, giving you a little bit of benefit. When off about 200 feet to the left, you hear this, and you glance over as you're taking a breath, and you see Lycus pirouetting in the air and slamming back down in the water.
I immediately veer left. I immediately veer over to him.
Oh my god.
Just instantly.
So, Lycus, take a second, you look around, you see the rocky outcroppings, you see the island behind you, and you're trying to figure out what to do and where to go. You're in the middle of nowhere by yourself, and then all of a sudden you hear splashing off to your left, and you look, and a couple hundred feet away, there is just splashing happening, getting closer to you, like 3 invisible figures.
It's the screeching. No, it's the screeching eels.
The screeching eels. Yeah, the screeching eels are coming directly for you.
God.
Very fast too.
Oh God.
I will pop my head up.
I was joking. I don't know.
As I get to about, let's say, within about 100 feet, 60 feet-ish, I will pop up and I'll just go, Lycus!
That's now hold on. That's assuming that Lycus is gonna sit still. Lycus, because you have double their movement speed. What are you doing? I need to know. You see these things coming at you. What are you doing?
All right, so I see the boat.
Nope, boat's behind a rocky outcropping.
Okay, so I don't see the boat. I just see literally splashing.
Yep, and looking now, it's coming from relatively close to the landing where the rowboat is, where the rowboat goes.
Fuck that!
Lycus' turns start kicking off twice as fast as any of y'all.
Is your head above water or below water?
Oh no, I'd be swimming on top of water, that's fine.
Then I'll just stop and just go, for fuck's sakes, Lycus! I'll just stop and tread water.
I don't know if I hear her.
Give me a perception check, because of all the splashing you're doing.
I'm not yelling, because we're by an island full of Amazons.
Yep.
I would fucking yell.
I would yell. Yes, we know.
I would yell.
We just hear Lycus yelling from afar. No!
5.
No, don't hear you that quietly. He keeps going, Euron. You're losing him.
Fuck it. I'm away from the group. It's okay. Lycus!
Okay, you hear her shout. Now I need to roll a d20. Okay, continue.
Visible, you fuck ass!
Satan?
I'm flattered. It's Euron.
Mom?
Mama, you having fun? What the fuck is going on here?
Lycus. No, I am
I'm
not.
assuming you're just slowly swimming closer.
Yeah, I will swim up, and it's very, very leisurely, very calmly. Like,
you're on.
Yes.
I put my hand forward.
You feel
I
snakes.
will allow him to just I take off my glasses for this. I'll allow him to just go.
Hold on, and I find snakies, and I'm like, there they are. Hi guys. Hi. Hey.
Little pet.
I'm treading water very reluctantly.
I missed you guys. You're on.
Just an invisible uppercut.
No, I'm allowing him this. I'm just going, I am so glad you're not dead. We were coming to look for you.
Yeah, no, we're good. Hey, I found a hole in the ground that'll take us inside the keep.
Lovely. We're all in. Come on, I'll catch you. We're invisible. Come on.
I let her lead me on.
I will lead, and I will kind of, as we get closer to Lenny, presumably everyone has heard this.
Sure, they heard it.
Even the scouts on top of the keep have heard this.
Unclear.
I missed the opportunity before, but with my D24 roll, I missed the opportunity to say splish splash. That roll was trash. Carry on.
Fara, I love you. No, kind of pull over and just kind of go, found him.
Hey, do I think that pipe could have fit a centaur? More specifically, a monk centaur?
With luscious hair and muscular.
No. Feminine figure.
So you would get the sense that pipe, as well as the holes that are bored in the wall of the Hydra's den, would be barely able to fit you. You're a small creature, right? Or are you medium?
No, I'm medium.
Okay, well then I screwed up. Should have been small.
I count myself on the small end of medium,
right?
Because I have that option. But yeah.
So technically that shouldn't have fit, but just because you and Syaanis are of a different size caliber, I'll say that you two could fit in those. It should have only been small creatures. I screwed that up. But no, the other three cannot.
Okay. Hey guys, I found the cave. I found the underwater cave. I found the Hydra. I found
Hydra?
There was a Hydra. Yeah, I defeated the Hydra. It's still alive, but I defeated the Hydra. I got in the cave. I found a room full of naked guys having sex with women. I found other rooms where people having sex with women. I found the room with a bunch of Lutherian metals and other things in a banquet hall looking thing. And then I found someone else having sex with another person. And then there was a Maenad. And then a baby.
Back up. When did this become a whorehouse?
And then I think it's always been.
Renatus, I saw you looking around. You do see a stem face circling low coming from the opposite side of the island that Lycus was on, and it's kind of making little patterns in the water, going out 150 feet, coming back in, and then moving over some. It is headed in your direction.
I have a follow-up question. Were the men only having sex with the women, or was it also men on men? I'm just curious.
I think a little bit of I don't think everyone knew where they were putting where. To be honest, it was kind of dark in those rooms, and I wouldn't be surprised. They were acting really weird.
Not to break up this session we're having, but we're being hunted.
Please don't say session.
I will shove Lycus under the dock.
Yeah, I go under, and I'm like, no, I'm just with my windpipes.
Yeah, you pan flute. Yeah.
Yeah, I breathe with my pan. Okay, what's the plan? Why are y'all invisible? Renatus?
I'm still holding on to Lycus.
Hold me, Euron.
Damon.
Yeah.
We were going in to hopefully find you, because we had hoped that you found the way in, and you found the secret passage. So, and not the flip side where you just died and sank underwater.
Yeah, I did.
So the plan was to all of us be invisible, which we are, and sneak in to go find you. Now that you're here, we're still invisible for at least another 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes is good.
And I can't make you invisible. So,
yeah,
do you
that's
have
fine.
a plan? Do you have a plan?
Yeah, y'all want to go to the underground cavern?
You said there's a Hydra.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's easy.
I mean, I'm already wet, so we might as well.
What is this plan?
Oh, we just do now. Joey, could they fit through the pipes? The Hydra pipes. You said no, huh?
No, you and Syaanis can. The other three cannot.
But that was the only way. Once again, just because we've had a lot happen since then, that's the only option.
The only remarkable things you saw in the Hydra den was the water coming in.
Yep.
The holes in the walls.
And then the gold.
And a gold disc about 4 feet in diameter on the ground.
It's a teleportation Yeah. Hey guys, I got this. Yeah, let's do that. Y'all want to let's not go through the front door again. Let's go through. They've got this. I know how to shut the Hydra up, and they've got this gold thing in the middle, which my teleport is sent to it. I don't really know. It's solid gold, circular, really strange. But look, you just got to say by the grace of Lutheria, and like the Hydra goes to sleep. It's great. Trust me, it worked. Don't mind the holes in my cape. It worked beautifully. So y'all want to do this?
We'll be invisible.
Yeah.
You can get past the Hydra.
Yeah, that works perfectly. All right, let's. You want to do this? Are we doing it now?
Yes. How are you getting us down?
I need verbal. I can't see anybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Yeah. Sure.
No,
yes.
I'm saying, how are you getting us down there?
no, I got you. Here, watch this. And I get away from the dock, and then I turn into a little killer whale.
Oh, I remember this, and I will latch on to the dorsal fin.
I will
Okay.
kind of with my kind of awkward horse
Actually, let me
body.
back up there. I turn into the giant shark. Because I feel like I have a plan for that Hydra, too.
Which giant shark? Like a normal giant shark?
Yeah. A
Okay.
normal giant shark.
Okay.
Well,
Wait,
either
was
one.
it-
You know what? It's fine. Then we'll do the whale because I need the echolocation to find it. That'll make it more sense. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll do the killer whale just to get back to it.
Okay. So Lycus turns into an orca about 20 feet down below the surface, and then all of you invisible things swim down and latch on. You don't see them, but you feel them. So you can,
I count
you
the
can
hands.
echolocate
One
them.
pair, two pair, one hoof, two hoof.
3 hoof, 4 hoof. Okay.
All right, we're good. And then I surface so they get their breath, and then we go down.
Okay. Vertical dive deep down into the inky blackness at the foot of the temple here on the island of Themis. And as Lycus makes his echolocation sounds to find the entrance once more, that's where we're going to end tonight's session at. Good.
Yep, knew it.
Because it's a
Called it.
beautiful place to end it. But I do want to hear that again.
I gotta figure what does an orca sound like.
They squeak.
Yeah, they make like baby squeaking noises, don't they? All right.
Oh yeah, they do. They go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they're so cute. Look at them all there.
They're,
Yeah, little free willy.
they're dolphins.
They are
That's-
dolphins, I think, actually.
Look at them before they
They're
get
just killer
vicious
dolphins.
and
I don't think
vicious.
there's ever been a record of a killer whale hurting a human.
Ah!
Other than SeaWorld, but that's different.
Yeah.
I mean, hunting a human.
No,
I don't know.
can't remember this. I believe one of the
Austin's
potential
sink is very
prey
loud.
for an orca is a moose.
What?
What about a moose?
Orca hunt moose.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I think orca hunt anything in the water, kind of.
Moose swim. They dive
I would
down
imagine
deep.
that's how they got to the water.
Yes.
And it comes with free toothpicks, the antlers, you know?
Exactly. Like those doggy treats.
Yeah.
Transient orcas will kill and eat mammals that even sometimes include moose.
And next time on National Geographic, we will find out what happens to the brave heroes of Thylea.
And it was a group of orcas, and they encircled a pair of moose.
Moosin'.
Of meese.
Moose is plural.
I know, I'm having fun.
Meese, sure.
Mooses, Mises. All right, hey, do you guys have anything that stood out to you, good or bad, about tonight's session?
Plan oriented. Lots
Yeah.
of plans.
Plans are good.
Yeah, I think it was really good. Especially how you're able to juggle splitting the party.
Yeah.
I do my best. Sometimes it's challenging, but I do my best.
Super glad that Lycus made it out of the underwater cavern in one piece.
Right?
Because I feel like not even getting past the Hydra, but just being down there was just danger.
He was a
Danger.
stealthy little bugger. He
Danger,
was.
Robinson.
And
Danger, little Robinson.
he didn't do any dumb things, which helped a lot.
Like Shatter.
Yeah, because he
Ring
couldn't
any-
fucking cast Shatter.
Ring any doorbells.
Well, I'm glad that I didn't have to tear anybody apart with a Hydra tonight. I was not looking forward to that possibility,
Tonight.
as real as it was.
And I am very. I was, every time you were describing the young man, I'm sitting there going, please don't let my brother be here. Please don't let my brother be here. I am so glad you've not haven't sparing me that imagery.
Well, I mean, Lycus wouldn't know who your brother is anyway, so...
Boom.
Let me have this, Joey.
You can have it. You can have it, Ari. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for tonight, and a little bit early, but that's okay. We have probably a lot of dice rolling next session, depending on what you guys do.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of stuff left to resolve here. I'm excited. Okay, we're gonna go to the stream ending screen. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Watch tonight on Twitch, later on YouTube. We appreciate the support and love. If you haven't done so yet, please check out Penny for a Tale Network's Discord. I'm sure there's links hanging around Penny for a Tale channel. And also, if you particularly are fond of Fableforge, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/FableforgeRPG. It'd be great to have you support us so we can keep making awesome content for you all. And once again, thank you, players. Y'all have a great night. Everybody else, we'll see y'all next time. Much love to each of you. Keep having great adventures. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye, everybody.